There is a guy that's standing with a bunch of tattoos. He then puts a sharp knife inside his pants. After doing it, he dress ups fully. In the end, he started to cook food. In the end, he decides to take a picture of the food, and all of a sudden someone comes in, and she was rushing because she is late to her work, to which he asks her that she's still got some time. So why she is rushing, she then replies that she got an important meeting to attend. After drinking water, she started to dash out by saying bye to him, which shocked him since she is leaving without even having a breakfast, but she still left the house. In the end, he decides to do the laundry and go for shopping later, but then he realizes that she forgot to take her lunch. After realizing, he quickly takes it and puts it in the bag, but he takes a suitcase and places the lunch box perfectly inside the suitcase. In the end, he also leaves to deliver the food to her in the bicycle. After a while, he was caught by the police, and they were asking him on what is his occupation, to which he replies that he is a full-time house husband. But after seeing his expression, the police got scared, and they started to ask him if he is that immortal dragon, who is a legendary Yakuza member who ambushed 10 enemy offices alone, and he did it all while being unharmed and won. But then after hearing it, he quickly puts his hands inside his coat, but this scared them, and they decides to take their gun out. He then takes out a coupon, and he gives it to them, and leaves the place by telling them to keep it. Afterwards, there was a guy thinking that he can sell anything, since in this neighborhood, there are lots of elderly people lives, and he can easily trick them into buy this next to nothing worth of knives. After saying it, he notices a house, and he rings the doorbell. He then opens the door, to which that salesman puts his leg and quickly gets inside the house. After coming in, he gives out his company's card, but then when he opened his eyes, he was shocked to see him standing there with a bloody knife. That salesman then asks to him if he was in middle of something, to which he menacingly says he was just slicing something, so it's not a big deal. But this scared him, and he hits the door by falling down. Afterwards, he increases his confidence by saying he is the best salesman, so he can't lose his nerve here. As a result, that guy started to show his knives, to which he quickly sits down and he asks him if he brought the knives with him. In the end, gets so close to him. After getting the knife, that salesman says those knives are hand-made by an artist, and also with those knives, he can really slice anything. But then while the salesman was saying everything, he was doing some good moves with that knife, which made that salesman to think that was really stylish. In the end, he stands up and he tells to that guy that in this neighborhood, there is a fraud selling next to nothing products to the residents. But then after saying it, he points that knife at him by saying if he can try them, but this shocked him. In the end, he started to cut fish with that knife, but salesman was seriously watching him doing it. After cutting it, he blends them. As a result, he turns them into an ham. Afterwards, he washes some rice, and he even cooks it. After doing it, he started to do a full cooking, while that salesman is just watching by standing on his side. After finished cooking, he tells to that guy that it's an hamburger steak full set. After hearing it, cuts it and takes a bite, and it was really tasty. He then started to eat everything while complimenting its tastes. After finished eating, he thinks to himself on why is he even having a meal here. After saying it, he realizes it has nothing to do with selling knives. In the end, he looks at him, and he goes on by thinking that he looks really scary, so he will just go back to his home. After a while, someone was getting kicked out of the shop, and that guy was really angry since it's being controlled by other Yakuza group. He then started to think after the immortal dragon disappeared, their team lost the influence. And while he was walking, he saw someone, and he was worrying because the cabbage is too cheap. Afterwards, he was shocked and says to himself that is his brother, while he is getting into the shop by saying he will buy every single cabbage. In the end, he gets to the cashier, but then someone calls him brother. He then looks at him, and he ignores him by telling to the cashier that he got a coupon. Afterwards, while walking, he's saying that he missed him, and also he has been searching for him this whole time. But he just ignores him while buying a water bottle. He then starts to say that their team member had a real crisis after he left. Because of that, everyone left their team. Even after hearing everything, he just walks away by ignoring him. In the end, he worryingly asks to him on why did he quit being in Yakuza. After hearing it, he lights a tobacco and tells to him that they can talk about this somewhere, which shocked him because of that sudden change in his tone. Afterwards, they arrived at the cooking school, and everyone is taking notes on how to make cookies, and both of them taking those notes seriously. After that, they started to cook, and the other girl even teaches him on how to do it. In the end, he finished cooking it perfectly. As a result, everyone started to clap their hands, including that Yakuza guy. In the end, he quickly throws away his apron by saying what the hell is going on. But this shocked him. Afterwards, he grabs his dress by saying that their members are dying to see the immortal dragon again. But he is just frying some dumb things and acting like an antes. After hearing it, he calls that guy's name. And he tells to him that he is no longer a Yakuza, but he is now a full-time house husband, and also he is now protecting his family in his own way. After saying, he takes out the cutlet he made and gives it to that guy by saying everything can't be solved by violence. After hearing it, he started to laugh. In the end, he throws away the food, which got spilled in the floor. As a result, he gets a good slap from him, which was really strong that he broke the glass and got sent flying. After that, he gets on top of him in an instant, and he started to slap him. But he was shocked since he is currently using violence. Afterwards, he was sitting inside his home. He was thinking that he got the route ready to do it, and also an escape route too. Meanwhile, someone in the car getting a news that the immortal dragon got found. The car driver then asks to him if he have seen him before, to which he replies he still got some unfinished business with him. Right after saying it, he was also coming right by his car and the bicycle, but then a cat comes in front of them, to which he brake, but he was going too fast and ends up crashing inside the car. But then he recognizes that guy, but that guy got scared after seeing the immortal dragon. In the end, he gets out, and he started to run away by saying he doesn't have time to deal with this. But then they started to chase him, and they started to shout kill him. After running for a while, they entered the mall, and he tells his friend to surround him from that side. In the end, they gets close to him by saying they got him, but he then shouts him to go that way. As a result, they started to fight in the crowd. While taking the dress, he tells that Yakuza guy to hold the dress he found. He then goes on by throwing the other one. In the end, he was shouting at them, since all they were able to get was a sweatshirt and a pair of socks and gloves, and also they didn't even get what they came here for. He then goes on by saying if it's for a child. After seeing it, they started to wonder that he is really angry. Afterwards, he gets near them by saying bargain sales are like a battlefield, so they shouldn't underestimate it. In the end, they quickly takes out a gun by asking him how can he be a house husband, and he goes on by asking him on who sent him here while his friend is saying that they can't use a gun in here, but then he quickly grabs the gun and tackles him. As a result, he lets go of the gun. He then quickly hear a bang, and to his surprise, he got a gloves, which shocked him, to which he just tells to him that he can have it since it's getting cold. After hearing that word, he suddenly gets a flashback where he gets the gloves from his mom. He then leaves the place by telling him to not catch a cold, but this made that guy to cry since he remembered his mom. Afterwards, he thinks to himself that his wife works as a designer, plus a career woman. But then he was in an anime land, and he was shocked to see something, since he found a toy figure saying, "Something is wrong with my sister." And he was confused meanwhile. After seeing him, the shop clerk thinks to himself if he is an Yakuza guy. After that, he walks out while holding a suitcase, which made that guy's heart to skip a beat. After coming there, he quickly puts his suitcase in the counter, and he tells him to not raise his voice, and also not to look at him, which scared him. But then he asks to the clerk if he got any Blu-ray version of Crime Catcher's Polycure, which shocked him, and he started to process it in his head. As a result, he started to say every single details of that, and also if he wants the all three endings, but then he was silently hearing everything that guy is saying. In the end, he quickly swings his hands. As a result, he stopped saying anything. Afterwards, he tells to him that he got the cash here, so he should get it for him. After a while, in the evening, his wife returns to home really tired. She then looks at something, and he was standing outside the house. After that, he started to search for something. He even takes out the beep tester, but she was confused by his actions. But then he tells her to come in. After coming in, she was shocked, since the whole house is decorated like sending respects to someone that died, which completely shocked her. He then wears a party hat and walks out by singing a birthday song to her. After seeing that cake, she got happy, since it even has her name in it. But then she looks at his face, and once again she got shocked. Afterwards, he takes out the alcohol and pours it for her. In the end, both of them drinks the alcohol. After doing everything, she questions herself on what is going on. He then quickly gives her a present, which made her to get happy. And she happily asks to him if she can open it right now. And it was that book he brought at the store. But this made her to get more happy since he brought it for her. As a result, he got happy as well. She then tells to him that she is happy to receive gift from him. But she already have this book. As a result, he takes a knife, and he decides to cut his finger by saying he will take the responsibility. And this scared her. As a result, she punches him, which made him to fly outside. Afterwards, while he was making food, the phone rings, and while he was speaking in the phone, the cat looks at him, and it was his wife telling him to clean the house because the chairwoman is coming. After hearing it, he opens the wardrobe and takes out the cleaning materials. In the end, he gets to balcony and starts to smoke, and then he tells to someone that they needs to finish the job before the chairwoman comes. But he still knows that it got a good reputation, but he won't believe it until he sees it with his own eyes. After saying it, he turns on that automatic cleaning machine, and he sits and watches it clean the floor. And right after it took a turn, he quickly rushes in and lies on the floor. As a result, he realizes that it cleaned perfectly, which made him to get happy. Afterwards, he leaves to room by telling to it that he leaves this room to it. But right after he said it, it starts to go to a corner, but then it took a turn without cleaning that part, to which he tells it to clean that corner too. And right after saying it, he takes a stick ready, so if he clocks the stick with dress, they can clean a corner like this. But that thing just leaves without hearing his words, and he gets angry at it and calls it an amateur at cleaning, even though they got it when getting married. And then he tells it to not underestimate the house husband. As a result, he started to do the cleaning by himself, while saying even if it in blood stains or a fingerprints, he can clean all of them without a trace. But his cat is disturbing his work, which made him to get angry, and he tells it go somewhere. But then that cat notices the cleaning bot, and that bot comes near that cat, and it started to suck that cat's tail, which shocked the cat, and it started to run. As a result, the rice cooker falls down, but this shocked that cat more, so it jumps. As a result, it tips over the wine bottles. After noticing the sound, he comes out, but those wine bottles breaks in his face. Meanwhile, the chairwoman of the Girls' Association was on their way, and after coming near their house, they heard a noise, which shocked them, so they opens the door. And to their surprise, he was lying there with full of a red wine on top of him, but this scared them. But then he tells to them sorry, since he failed on the mission. Afterwards, they asks to him if he is alright, while the machine slowly leaves. In the end, after starting every problems, it silently went back to get charge.